Melissa Kroner from FriendYourBody.com, the place to take charge of your health and transform your life. And today we're going to answer a great question from one of our subscribers. And this question is something I think many women can relate to. So this is from Melissa, and she writes, Melissa, great name. I'm starting to see the benefits of eating clean. I finally feel great and my digestive issues are starting to improve, and I can see and feel the difference when I don't eat clean. My distended stomach is starting to go down. Yay, she wrote that. But even with this small progress, I can't get my husband on board. So here's some background. He does all the food shopping due to me getting home late on Fridays, and he doesn't want to take a weekend day to do it because that's the only time we have together. So he went today, and when I looked to see if he got the exact items I put on the list, cage-free eggs, organic fruits and vegetables, they were not there. And then when I asked him about it, he said that he couldn't find them. I wanted to scream. So how do I get him on board when he's had huge success following this popular weight loss program, and he's very mindful of the money we are spending, and he says that organic foods are way too expensive. I'm feeling very alone in this process. Any suggestions on how to deal with this? So first off, congratulations to you, Melissa. You know, changing your diet and eating clean, it's not always easy. So you've made some positive changes. Clearly you're seeing it in your body, so that's awesome. So props to you for doing that. I have 3 tips for you when it comes to, you know, dealing with your husband and sort of figuring out how to sustain these changes, even though he may not be fully on board. So the first thing I encourage you to do is focus on being the change. What I mean by that is live the change. You know, this amazing thing starts to happen when we start to change our lifestyle habits. There's this sort of ripple effect, and it starts to impact the people we love and care about, especially the people we lived with. So the best thing that you can do is just focus on yourself, making these changes, and your husband's going to start to continue to see these positive changes in you, and that may in and of itself inspire him to start making some changes with you. The second thing I encourage you to keep in mind is respecting your husband's choice not to fully jump on board. So the reality is, when you put pressure on your partner or your spouse to make all these changes with you, it can create a lot of stress on you, and it can create a lot of tension in your relationship. You know, the reality is you're not your husband's mother, so it's not your responsibility to change his habits. That's his choice. You know, he gets to decide what he puts in his body. A lot of times when we start making changes in our lives, we start to change our habits. What happens is we're shining the mirror in the people we love's faces, right? And it forces them to see things about themselves that they may not want to see. So you might be shining the mirror a little bit in your husband's face, and he might be seeing some things that he doesn't want to change. And the reality is that he may not be comfortable because it's not what he knows, it's something different. And I encourage you to be sensitive to that, because there could be a fear factor going on. My third tip for you is to have an open conversation with your husband about exactly what you need to feel supported. And so you might say something as simple as saying, honey, you know, I want to change my diet. I want to start eating more clean. You know, it would be really helpful to me if when you go to the store, you got, you know, these 5 items, and make sure that they are organic. And, you know, if he asks questions, you can, you know, sort of explain your reason. If he's very resistant to it and he doesn't really want to hear it, there's really not much you can do at that point, because you can't change someone who doesn't want to change. You can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped. So at that point, what I would encourage you to do is do some of your own grocery shopping. Maybe you can find common ground on certain items, and then other items you may have to go out of your way, maybe another work night, or maybe you do take time on a weekend to just get a handful of items. Because the reality is, just because your husband isn't making the change doesn't mean you shouldn't make the change. So those are the 3 things I encourage you to keep in mind. I want to remind Melissa and everyone else who's watching that you're not alone. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, there are so many women who sort of go through this process, and unfortunately a lot of women don't feel supported when they start changing how they eat and you know, changing their lifestyle. So you've got to sort of ask yourself, what's right for me? And what's right for you may not be right for your spouse, but you sort of have to, come to that decision on your own and do what's best for you. And again, focus on being the change. Respect your partner's decision not to join in, but communicate openly. Maybe you invite your spouse to be a part of it, but you don't pressure your spouse to be a part of it. And at the end of the day, you've got to do what's best for you. So that is my response to Melissa's question. I hope that was helpful for you. So now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been challenged trying to get your spouse on board, trying to make healthy changes with you? What are some strategies that you've used to inspire your spouse to start embracing these changes with you so that you can make the changes as a couple? Let me know by heading over to friendyourbody.com and posting your comments there. If you like today's post, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and, of course, share it with your friends and family so they can benefit from it too. And if you want more resources from me on how to take charge of your health and transform your life and get some personal insights from me that I only share through email, make sure that you head on over to friendyourbody.com and sign up for our free weekly health, fitness, nutrition tips and recipes. So as always, I encourage you to stay focused on your health and continue making small, simple, and sustainable lifestyle changes so that you can look and feel your absolute best. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to talking with you again soon. Have an awesome day.